Leo, somewhere in this very moment, there is a man who already senses you on an invisible level. While you listen to these words, a specific masculine energy is being drawn toward you by currents far beyond logic or human control. This is not about wishful thinking, not about maybe someday. It's a reality already moving toward you in the unseen. He is coming, and when he finally steps into your life, he will not be a brief chapter, a temporary distraction, or a seasonal lesson. He will anchor himself so deeply into your story that you will look back and ask yourself how you managed to walk so far without his presence by your side. What is unfolding here challenges the idea that love is purely coincidence. What is approaching you is not a random encounter. It is the result of a precise spiritual alignment between the woman you have become and the love you are now ready, truly ready, to receive. For a long time you have been waiting, even in the times when you pretended you were not. There has been a quiet ache in your heart, an unspoken sense that something essential was missing. Not just any someone, but a presence that would feel like the missing piece of a picture you've been painting your entire life. You may not have known his face, his name, or his story, but you could feel the space where he was meant to be. Deep down, you've always sensed that there was a love designed specifically for you, a love that would not require you to shrink, hide, or compromise your essence. And now, as this message finds you, your soul recognizes that something is shifting. If this resonates, make sure you subscribe to Leo Zodiac so you don't miss the future messages that will guide you through this new chapter your heart has been preparing for. I want to show you how you will recognize this man when he appears, because after so many shallow experiences, your first instinct might be to doubt what you are seeing. You've become used to connections that start with intensity and end in confusion, to charming words with no substance behind them. That's why it's important for you to understand the signs that will confirm that this is different. You will notice energetic qualities that stand out, consistency, sincerity, emotional depth that will be impossible to ignore once you tune into them. And just as important as recognizing him is learning to recognize your own resistance. Because when what you truly want finally arrives, your mind may try to protect you by pushing it away, afraid of being hurt again. This is why we are talking about this now, so that when the moment comes, you are ready to welcome it instead of sabotaging it. Leo, you came into this life with a natural radiance. You are meant to be seen, admired, and respected, not just for your appearance, but for the strength and warmth of your spirit. Yet if you look at your history, how many men have actually seen you? Not just your smile, your body, your charisma, but the depth of your heart, your courage, your loyalty, your fire. How many have been capable of standing in front of your intensity without trying to mute it? How many have truly celebrated your light rather than shrinking from it because it made them feel small? If you're honest, the answer is probably very few, or even none. And so over time, you built defenses. You learned to protect your heart with independence. You chose to appear unshakable rather than vulnerable because vulnerability in the wrong hands hurt too much. Every time you opened yourself in the past, the person standing in front of you wasn't prepared for the magnitude of what you offered. They didn't know how to honor the sacred privilege of access to your heart. The man who is coming into your life is different.
He has walked his own path, faced his own shadows, and grown in ways that finally make him capable of standing next to a woman like you. He doesn't want a half-awake connection or a safe, lukewarm love. He wants something that stretches him, challenges him, and asks him to become a better version of himself. And you, with your courage, your passion, your refusal to accept crumbs, are exactly that catalyst. For Leo women born between July 23rd and August 2nd, this man is likely to appear through a situation linked to your work, career, or creativity. He may notice you first because of your talent, your confidence, or your leadership. What begins as admiration will naturally deepen into attraction and emotional connection. For those born between August 3rd and 13th, this encounter may happen in a social context, a gathering, a celebration, or through mutual friends. Someone in your circle becomes the bridge. And for Leo women born between August 14th and 23rd, the beginning may be unexpected or even slightly inconvenient, an encounter that interrupts your plans but later reveals itself as perfectly timed. Regardless of your specific birth dates, there is something all Leo women will share when this van appears, a powerful feeling of recognition. It may not be the movie-style love at first sight, but it will be something deeper and subtler. It will feel as if your soul recognizes his presence before your mind has time to label the experience. A part of you that has been waiting for years will finally relax and whisper, "There you are." Think about this for a moment. Have you ever felt a deep, unexplainable familiarity with someone you just met? Or will this be a completely new sensation for you? When you finish listening, come back and comment your date of birth and your zodiac sign. Let this be your way of signaling to the universe, I am ready to recognize and receive the love meant for me. What makes this upcoming connection so powerful is that he is not arriving to fix you. You are not broken.
You do not need him in order to be whole, valuable, or worthy. You already are. His presence will not complete you. It will amplify you. He is coming to stand beside your greatness, not to overshadow it or feed off it. He will be a partner who resonates with your emotional intensity and depth instead of being threatened by it. For years, you may have doubted yourself. You may have wondered if your standards were too high, if your expectations were unrealistic, if maybe you needed to ask for less just to avoid ending up alone. Maybe you even tried to settle, saying yes to almost enough, convincing yourself to be satisfied with relationships that did not really satisfy your soul. But something inside you always kept a piece of your heart protected, reserved. That part refused to fully surrender to anything that didn't feel real, no matter how lonely you felt. That refusal was never arrogance. It was wisdom. It was your inner knowing preserving your energy for the connection that was truly meant for you. Every time your heart broke, every time a promise turned out empty, every time you nearly gave up on love, you were actually being prepared. Your spiritual vision was being trained to distinguish illusion from authenticity. The man who is approaching is not perfect. He has his scars, his mistakes, his lessons learned the hard way. But there is one quality that separates him from most of the men you have known. He can genuinely see you. He sees beyond your performance, beyond the "I'm okay, I've got this" mask. And when he sees you, he will love you not despite your intensity, but because of it. He will understand that your strength is a gift, not a threat, that your passion is not too much, but the exact frequency that calls him deeper into his own soul. A sense that you can let your guard down without losing your power. A certainty that you can be open without being unsafe. You will feel both alive and grounded. When you notice this exact blend of emotions, your inner wisdom will whisper, "This is different." Also, notice his behavior. Does he show a real interest in understanding you, not just impressing you? Does he ask about your dreams, your fears, your childhood stories, your past heartbreaks, not in a curious, gossipy way, but with genuine care? Does he listen when you speak, really listen, or is he just waiting for his turn to talk? Does he remember the small details you mention and bring them up later? These are signs he is not just trying to win you for his ego, but truly connect with your soul. If what you're hearing right now is resonating, this is a beautiful moment to send a quiet signal to the universe, like this video. That simple act helps this energy reach more Leo hearts who are also on the edge of a breakthrough in love. There is something crucial you need to understand. When this man appears, your first reaction might not be to jump in with open arms. You may find yourself picking him apart in your mind, searching for reasons why it won't work, highlighting minor flaws, or overthinking differences. You may feel the intensity of what you're experiencing and instinctively want to pull away so you don't get hurt. This is your protective mechanism at work, shaped by every disappointment and betrayal you've survived. Your mind is trying to keep you safe. But if you let that fear drive your decisions, you risk pushing away exactly what you have been asking the universe to send you. When you feel that deep, quiet recognition, that sense that something about this connection is right, try not to run. Instead, take a breath and give yourself permission to explore. You don't have to rush into anything or make instant decisions, but at least allow the connection to unfold. Give both of you the chance to discover what this could become. Imagine yourself months from now, looking back and realizing you almost walked away from a love that was meant to transform your life because it felt too real, too intense, or too vulnerable. You deserve better than a story of almosts. What excites me most about what is coming is that this connection will rewrite your understanding of love. You will finally see that you can be entirely yourself, loud or quiet, confident or insecure, radiant or tired, and still be cherished. You will learn that true love does not ask you to shrink your emotions or tone down your personality. The right person will not punish you for your fire. They will be warmed and inspired by it. Looking back, you will realize that your past relationships did not fail because you were too much. They failed because they were too small. Those people did not have the emotional capacity to love you with the depth and consistency you deserve. But this man does. He has been prepared, just as you have, for a love that requires courage, honesty, and growth. One of the most beautiful changes you will experience when you meet is a softening inside you. You have spent so long proving that you can stand alone, that you don't need anyone, that you can survive anything. In the process, you may have forgotten how good it feels to be supported, not because you are weak, but because you are human. This man will create a space where you can be strong and soft, independent and held, powerful and tender. He will remind you that allowing someone to be there for you does not take away from your strength. It adds to it. Emotional closeness will no longer feel like a trap. It will feel like home. Of course, your relationship will not be free of conflict. Two intense people will naturally have differences in opinion, rhythm, and style. But the difference this time is that both of you will be committed to working through the challenges instead of giving up at the first sign of difficulty. He will not disappear when things become complicated.
He will not punish you with silence or distance every time you express a strong feeling. Even when your old wounds flare up and you react from fear, he will stay anchored in what he knows about you. And you, in turn, will be amazed by your own ability to stay. Instead of running or shutting down, you will begin to choose vulnerability again and again. In the near future, you may start to notice quiet signs that his energy is drawing closer. Maybe you dream of a male presence that makes you feel safe and seen. Maybe you feel more open to meeting new people after a long period of emotional exhaustion. Maybe life begins to rearrange small details, timing, invitations, encounters, in ways that place you in unfamiliar but faded feeling situations. These are not accidents. They are alignments. You might also feel changes inside yourself, a sudden desire to take better care of your body, your home, your heart. Not because you are trying to impress someone, but because you are naturally rising into a new version of you. You may find yourself imagining what it would be like to have a true partner, not from desperation, but from readiness. You might ask yourself, how will I know this is really him and not just another beautiful illusion? The clearest answer is consistency. The man who is meant to stay will not rush in with intensity and then slowly fade into absence. He will not make promises he cannot sustain. He will show up.
He will follow through. His actions will match his words. Watch how he behaves when you are not right in front of him. Does he stay in contact, or does he disappear and return only when it's convenient? Does he include you in his plans, or keep everything vague? Does he gradually integrate you into his life, introducing you to people who matter to him, or does he keep you isolated on the edges of his world? Is he emotionally available, or does he hide behind walls and excuses? The man who is truly aligned with you will want to build something real.
He will not be content with situationships, mixed signals, or emotional games. He will speak of the future in a way that includes you. He will shift his language from I to we without forcing it. He will invest time, energy, and effort into creating a foundation strong enough to hold both of your hearts. And importantly, he will do this without you having to chase, demand, or beg. It will flow naturally from his desire to keep you in his life. For this to unfold fully, though, you must also show up differently than you have in the past. You will need to gently lower your defenses, to experiment with trust again, to choose hope over cynicism. Leo, you are a magnetic force. Wherever you go, people feel your presence. When you enter a room, energy shifts. When you love, your love can heal, inspire, and awaken. The time has come for that level of energy to be reflected back to you. The man who is coming will not simply stand next to you. He will become part of the architecture of your life. He will be your partner in adventure, your ally in times of challenge, your witness in moments of triumph. He will act as a mirror that shows you over and over how extraordinary you truly are. When you begin to doubt yourself, he will remind you of your strengths. When you feel less than, he will gently bring forth evidence of your greatness. The love that is on its way to you does not exist to complete you, but to expand you. It will invite you to grow, to heal, to open, to be even more fully yourself than you have ever been. It will see not only who you are today, but who you are becoming, and choose to walk beside you through that entire evolution. As you prepare for this, make peace with your past, not by going back to what broke you, but by releasing the emotional weight those stories still hold over you. Forgive, not to excuse anyone's behavior, but to free your own spirit. Reflect on the patterns you've repeated in relationships and decide, with intention, to show up differently this time. Use this period to deepen your relationship with yourself. The more you love, respect, and honor your own heart, the easier it becomes to recognize someone who does the same. The more clearly you know what you want and what you will never again accept, the faster you will see whether someone is aligned with you. The more complete you feel on your own, the more you will choose a partner from a place of desire, not desperation. And when this love finally steps fully into your world, allow it to unfold naturally. Don't obsess over every detail. Don't compare it to some fantasy in your mind, and don't look for reasons to believe it will fail. Stay present, stay open, stay curious. Leo, the love your soul has always believed in is not a fairy tale. It is real, and it is coming closer. When it arrives, it may not look perfect, but it will feel true. It will be human and sometimes messy, but it will also be tender, honest, and enduring. It will last because it will be built on two people who truly see one another, who value one another, and who choose one another, day after day. Share in the comments if you have felt your energy shifting lately. Have you sensed a growing anticipation around love? Have your dreams or synchronicities echoed what you've heard here? Don't forget to write your date of birth and zodiac sign. Your story may serve as confirmation for another Leo listening to this right now. Subscribe to Leo Zodiac so you can receive guidance on how to nurture this connection once it appears, how to avoid old patterns that once sabotaged your happiness,
and how to build something stable, sacred, and real with someone who is truly worth your love. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any message that could help you fully receive what the universe is sending your way. And if this spoke to your heart, remember to like this video so more Leo women can find it at the exact moment they need it.
Leo, he is coming. And when he arrives, you will know. Your entire being will sense that this one is different, that this one is real, that this one is here to stay. For the first time, you will not have to dim your light, hide your passion, or pretend to be anything less than who you truly are. You will be able to be completely, gloriously, unapologetically yourself, and he will love every single part of you. Are you ready to finally receive the love you have always deserved?